wait a minute. I wasn't prepared. Oh! Spring-loaded Christmas tree glasses. Check. On top of other glasses. Not so practical, but if I don't wear my actual glasses, I can't see. So, there we go. Welcome to Artvent. So this is day 2. No, yes. Well, my second stream, but we are... we're on day 7. I've had many adventures with this, getting this organised, and anyway, here we are. We're not going to talk about negative things, just positive things, because we're doing art. So I'm going to swap the camera around. Oh gosh, I'm going to take my little glasses off. Oh no, but we need to be able to see this, don't we? Hang on. Hey Emma, hey Julie, hey Heather. Okay, now let me just sort this out. 1 second. Okay, there's always many somethings. So I will... Oh my gosh, the technicalities are endless. So I need to open up our little treasure here, which, ignore the camera not being able to see down there. Here is our little drawer 7 of the little Artvent calendar. It's very cute. And let's see what's inside. What? A pair of eyes? That's strange. What kind of strange Artvent calendar is this? The mystery. This is part of this set. This was one of the first stamp sets. I think this was in my very first release. That was at Michael's. Yes, Marcy, how are you going? You haven't been for a while. Well, welcome back. If you've missed any live streams, because sometimes YouTube doesn't send out all the notifications, or you might miss something, you can always check in, and under the live tab you can see all of the live streams. How cute are these? They're crazy. Right, now this was our first Artvent calendar. We were using the little spare, all the bonus watercolours from the Euphoria and the Utopia set were in this Artvent calendar here, the first one. So the tickled pink and the gold, they were the first inspiration, but we added all sorts of things. You can see the whole video on my YouTube channel. We'll probably leave those out because I'm highly likely to use those for sure. Let's turn the page. And what I'm working in, just so you know, is the flip journal. And we can leave them there for some Christmas cheer. And let's do some stamping. So I'm going to use, this is a little face making set. And because I've got the new inks, this will be rather wonderful. So these are the new INKvincible inks. And because we've got some really light colours, we can use these to sketch on top of. It's something that I do in the new online workshop, which if you haven't joined, you are missing out, because it is very good lessons in there. I know if you're drawing, you think, well, stamps, I don't want to be stamping, but trust me, using the we'll do a little bit of a version of it today, shall we? So I've got these lighter colours. Now these also work as a lighter skin tone if you're stamping someone with a lighter skin tone, but it doesn't matter what their skin tone is, because if you want to recreate, redraw, add your own spin to things, the lighter you start off the better, because you can keep building, and that just becomes a little beacon in a journey, just a little part of the stepping stones. I'm just doing a little mini tidy of things. Oh, they're the little watercolours from the other day. I popped them there. No, they'll be in the way there. Pop them over there. Right. Yes, the new ink. So this is, whoops, they've stacked. They've got the little signs on here. On the back, you've got a little story about the person that has inspired them. These are all invincible legendary women. And well, I would call them inkvincible. So you can make your mark like they have on the world. That's the whole idea, because these are permanent waterproof inks. So this is the colour range. Wait a minute. No, that's the right way around. That's the wrong way around. Look at the gorgeous colours. Anyway, I'll pop them to one side. So let's start. I might start with Joan of Arc. I like to think of it as Joan of Art. And let's start with this little face stamp. And I'm not going to do this part of the head, the top part of the skull. Now this is a brand new stamp. I've never used it before. So sometimes with a brand new stamp, you're better off just giving it a little test stamp first, just in case there's any material on there from when it's been made, and it can be a little bit ink resistant. So just tap, tap, tap. I always put too much ink on, but that's just the way that I am. So Joan of Arc, of course, she was a teenager. She convinced a country. Now, should we go right in the middle? Should we do two people? Let's just see what happens. Well, I might do two, and then we can see how different we can make the two faces. Yeah, so the workshop that I'm talking about is called Stamp to Story. Oh, where's my little stamp cleaning case? Come to think of it, I haven't seen it for a few days. I don't know where it might be. So I'll poop. I've got a lovely little new stamp cleaning case and the new stamp spray. But maybe I've taken it away from here. I can't see it. Oh well. So I'm going to use Olympias. She was the mother of Alexander the Great. I have such fun naming things, I must say. So this is just using that same stamp. And again, I'm just not inking up the top part. I might even just take ink off the neck. And I might swap over to the smaller stamp block. Now I clean my stamps as I go, just makes it easier for the next time I want to use them. And always place your stamps back on that little acetate protective sheet that they usually come on, these sorts of ones. Yvonne says she loves the new stamp pads. Aren't they fantastic? Oh, they're so good. Now I'm going to use a darker colour for the eyes. I might use Hippolyta for these ones. And so these are waterproof and all of that, so I can add my watercolour and so forth. Now, because I am working on a watercolour paper that's got a little bit of texture, will I get a perfect pristine stamp? Probably not. I'm just going to line these up as best I can. Sorry to have my head in the way. Isn't this the most beautiful? I call it a battle bruise purple. So Hippolyta was an Amazonian queen. She was quite the, she was Wonder Woman's mum in the movie. The Greeks didn't know about Wonder Woman, but Wonder Woman is part of that sort of, they use that heritage as part of her story, the Amazonians. And we know a lot about the Amazonians because the Greeks, the ancient Greeks, were absolutely besotted, and most of the urns and pots and vestibules that are found, the major portion of them have Amazonian women as the decoration, as the motif. They were just very entranced, the ancient Greeks, by such things. So I've got that little eyes. And you can play with the proportions. The eyebrows are there, but if you didn't want to, you could just not ink them up. And you'll find these in the ink section of my website. This is Lagatha. I could use black. This is Naniska. She was a West African warrior queen, and so the 1800s. So she's the earliest. Oh, Mulan, when was she? I don't think I know the date of her story. So, but I'm going to use Boudica, which is named after the Iceni queen, leader of the ancient Brits, or Iceni tribe in ancient Britain. She took on the might of the Roman Empire. They were very, well, as the Romans were leaving and the next ones were coming in, everyone was behaving very badly, and yeah, she encouraged her people to stand up for themselves, and they would paint themselves with woad, which was a blue natural pigment, and get ready for battle. And that's what's inspired this colour, but it's a really lovely deep denim indigo blue with just a hint of more of a phthalo blue to kind of lift it up. These will dry waterproof now, so they've got their eyeballs so they can see. Well, that's nice. Let's, didn't clean them off. I am missing so bad. I wonder if I call out to Angus if he would bring up my, a spritz and a clear case, because I'm not coping. I'm just going to text him. He's downstairs. Please bring spritz and stamp cleaner case. Oh, I hate how Siri changes the spell check. Piss off. Sorry to swear. Yes. Yes, you haven't seen me because I've just had, the last few times I've gone to film, the technology just absolutely beat me, and I just was driven insane. I have such a short fuse for it now. So I'm going to grab, there's 4 different noses. Whoop! Let's pop off these 2 noses here. And we've got, so there's 4 sets of eyes, 4 sets of noses, and 4 sets of lips. And we'll just, I'll take off these ones, these ones, maybe these ones. So using that little small stamp block, I love my little stamp blocks. This is why they have to have the cross hatching. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I set sail, and now I'm so used to keeping my stamps clean. When I didn't have it here, my brain was skipping tracks, couldn't cope, because this is my new, it just makes things so much better if you put the stamp away clean. Then you don't end up with mucky stamp blocks, because I've got some lighter colours and I don't like them having little dirty faces. I want them to have little clean faces. And also then when you go to stamp something, you don't end up with random weird colours everywhere. So, which for stamping, I don't want. I want to get the colour that I want. And this is the stamp spritz. This is formulated specifically for the ink soluble. What are you talking about, love? Oh, that maybe could be a name for something else. Ink soluble what? Sorry. Okay. I've got it ready there. So the little stamp spritz will just help keep everything clean, and the little stamp cleaner is just very good. So I'll just pop a little nose on, a little schnozzer. And what colour was this? Joan of Arc. We may as well continue with that. Joan of Arc, Jane of Arc. There you go, I love it. Now, you can play with the nose, because this is all separate bits. you can see how different things look. And I've got a chapter about this in my Beautiful Faces book. It just makes such a difference. You get totally different people. So with Whimsical Proportions, she's got these massive eyes. And if I go halfway between the eyes and the chin, everything's going to be quite low. But you can just have a little look. We just, as long as we get the nose in between the eyes, everything will be fine. Everything will be okay usually. So I'm going to pop it there. That's a nice little spot for a nose. And little spritzy poo. Whoops, the nose popped off. There she goes. So how many of you have got this stamp set from back in the day? One of the originals. So that was Olympias here. Because this is old, OG, old school. Oh, I've got a song going in my head that I can't get out. It's a good song though. Because I've got the stamp spritz on the foam, I'll just rub it on there. I won't put more spritz on it for such a little tiny stamp. And for lips, I'll keep it light, but I might go in with Artemisia, which is this very soft petal pink, and then I can lift it up or down, whatever. Oh, we've got a bit of banana face, but that's all right. Oh, isn't she cute? Righto. Give her a little clean, pop her away, because we're just so good and worthy and virtuous. Oh, Tony says she's got them. Julie says she's got them. Oh, Emma's little 5. Hello, little baby. How are you? She said they need lips. They certainly do, because imagine being able to smell the food and not eat it. No, we don't like that at all. We need a mouth. We need a mouth. Always essential. So just to remember, we started off with our little activity calendar with those eyes. So I've built a little bit of a face there with a little face stamp set. And let's put our little inky pops away. Well, just to that point there. I could keep going with more stamps, but this is just going to get you going. So if you've not drawn before, or if you're in a bit of a schmozzle, starting with stamps can be a nice little easy way to just go sinking into things. And yes, it can just be that. Now what's going on here? I'm very there's something strange going on with the top camera, but that's been everything for the whole week. So yes, sorry, I started Artvent calendar, and it's just been, there's just been a lot going on, and I just saw this washi tape from the corner of my eye. This is actually a tape I just made. It's called the Art Warriors. They're actually also the girls that are featured on the Skinny Dip inks. And I just love this hair, the way I've done this hair, this actually, and let's pop these, we'll pop this one on this side too, because this is the same sort of thing. We can use these in the same sort of way. Actually, you know what? Should we make their hair out of all these people? So these girls could have, you know, all these other people on their mind. I'll just pop them here for now. Just a little idea crept in my head. This is why we love stamps and collage materials, because they do allow little ideas that you can try very quickly. If I had to draw all the little faces and so on, it just would take longer and I might not do it. Whereas if I can just play around with things very easily, that just makes things a little bit easier. I'm just going to turn something off so it stops beeping at me. Yes, I think I mentioned the other day I had to set up a new computer. For Black Friday I got myself a new laptop, and always setting those sorts of things up is lots of fun, not? But we're there. But if I'm asked for one more passcode today, or this week, I'm walking off the planet temporarily. So, for a start, I love this hair. Do I want to use... Oh, why not? I've got my Sketcher size pencil, and we've got a good special with these on the website, by the way, because I just think everyone should have one. And because they're just quite helpful. Now, do I have both of their hairs going up towards each other, or do I whoosh them all off at the same direction? I'm not sure yet. But let's just play around. Give her some little bit of extra ears. Well, I'm going to give her a little bit of shading. So I'm going to bring that little... We talk a lot about this in the new online workshop, like how to make different faces look different. And we use the same stamp actually in the first lesson, and make 10 different faces, all the INKvincible women. It's such a good lesson, even if I do say so myself. Let's do a little bit of shading here, add a bit more brow. I might bring this brow over this eye a little bit. And straight over, let's give her a bit more browser-rooney. And we can just change the face a little bit. Now what should we have her going into? Here's her little neck. I think they should be Christmas somethings, don't I think we might have some little Christmas elves happening. Oh, they definitely need to be smiling then. Oh yes. Okay, so what does the Christmas elf wear? Whatever I feel like, I guess. Well, definitely one will have to have a Peter Pan collar, because that is just... I just imagine that is what their mums would dress them in. Merry Christmas would dress them in, would make them little, put some little rick-rack on it for sure, you know, all the way around, a little bit of piping. And each little elf would have their own colours, you know, so that they feel special and loved. And it also helps Father Christmas, whose eyesight's not what it quite was, in just picking who's who very quickly, okay? So it's not just to make them feel loved and special, it's also for Santa. He needs a little bit of help. Oh, Julie's just grabbed the Build-A-Face stamp set. Good one, Julie. Oh, so fun. Okay, we've got nice little sleeves. And this little one, oh, this was tired, look. But maybe she's looking across this way, this one a bit. Oh, I don't know yet. We'll find out what the story is soon. This eye needs a little bit of definition. And we can change the lip mouth. This is just a suggestion. We can change the lip mouth. We can change the shape of the mouth. and make it bigger, smaller, whatever we like. Just adding in that little nose bridge here. Oh, everything's a bit crooked. Keep the eye relaxed because we're having a little bit of a sleep on the job. This little one is dreaming of Boxing Day, because that's the day that all the work has been done. All the children have had their stuff delivered, and they can have a little schnozie. They have a bit of time off. It's hard work being an elf, you know. Up there in the North Pole where it's light 24 hours a day sometimes, you know, and they're just working and working and working. There's more and more children, and they're just so glad when they get a list of the naughty ones, because it's just all those less presents that they have to make. So they're happy about that. Maybe this one's got a little bob. She's dreaming of that naughty list getting longer and longer. Okay, I'm going to, well, actually I'll do watercolour. I'm going to move these eyes a little bit. Everything's a bit wonky. This one's got a little furry collar like Father Christmas, because he gets cold. So this one just can't wait to she's just thinking of all the good little children, and this one's thinking of all the naughty ones, and hoping that they are as naughty as possible and she can have a bit more sleep because she's tired. She's tired. Very cute. Okay. Oh yeah, well maybe she's making a toy. That's what she wants you to think. But she's sleeping, okay? Now, because we're on watercolour paper, watercolour would be a really good one to use. Let's do watercolour. But because I've got this palette that is Christmas colours, I might keep this at the ready. So this is Santa Baby, and it's Trim the Tree, Santa's Hat, Snowball, Lump of Coal, Silver Bells and Gold Star are the colours on here. And oh, my water's nice and dirty, that's great. I'm just going to, oh look at that colour. So this is Layer Cake. And this works like a watercolour, but it just has the opacity of gouache as well. But if she goes red, is that just too much trying to be like Santa? I'm not sure. I'm going to put some this little red, I don't know if they're flowers or whatnot. So this one's got a little furry hat on. I think maybe they should wear green, because otherwise I think red is Santa's colour. I'm not, yeah, do elves wear green? Well, these ones do, yeah. And because these are opposites, they're going to be quite high key, you know, getting them to, oh, she's got the holly, that's what she's got. Yeah, this is a lot for, and they can have a little white trim. So what's this one got? A little green piping around here, and a little green rick-rack. A bit of a, and I've got it on quite watery so it's not too opaque, so we can still see the pencil underneath it, and you can see how when these colours meet, how they grey each other off. So I can use this to add some definition, because it just makes it won't look like green, it'll go into a grey or a browny grey, a neutral over the top of that. So I can use it to add a little bit of definition, a bit of a shadow behind this one, just straight in there. Isn't it incredible how they just kiss and suddenly this incredibly bright green turns into this grey and vice versa. So I'm just going to pop that together like this. How beautiful is that green? So that's Trim the Tree. And just get my little Dame Judy drench here. So maybe we should have, might just step down to a smaller brush. I think we should have some little green eyes in here. Hey Zandra, how you going? Hi Penny. Oh, little people doing art today. Cute. Right, let's get some skin tones happening. So what shall we use? We can mix these two and make a skin tone. I'll be using I'll need the gold and silver out of this as well. Oh, she had. Look, I'm just going to do this now. This is such a nice gold. It's a very, very soft one, but all golds, you know, are gold. So I'm going to pop a little bit of gold in that hair. And I'm going to give this one a little bit of the silver for the hair. I might need to use some other colours. Silver doesn't have much colour, you know, because it's a grey. Thinking of silver, I watched The Wizard of Oz again the other night. I was just thinking of the Tin Man. It's so good. My mum and I watched it. Was randomly on the TV. The witch is so scary. She's still as scary as always. And it's just so good. I love it so much. I'm going to give them some little red lips and we'll add that red in there. So I'm just bringing a little bit of that red down here and there. Over here a bit as well. Be good to have something else down here that's got a bit of red to just ground that red. Well, we'll get there in a minute. Okay. Skin tone, that's what we were talking about. Skin tone, there's so many different things I could use. I've got all the Skinny Dip inks. These have just come back in stock. I've got gorgeous gessos that I can use. The Joyful Gesso, which is an acrylic paint. I've got Layer Cake, which I can use. I've got watercolour, which I can use. So this is the Book Truck. And this is Painted Veil. This colour here. All of the Book Truck and Colour Library colours are named after great classic literary classics rather. I don't have to worry about the ink. Would have been better if I didn't colour in her eye, but there you go. I just did that and moved it. Done. Because that is not water soluble, so I don't have to worry about that. That Hippolyta that I did for her eyes. Actually, I can just, I can go carefully. This is a good size stamp, you know. You need little skin toned ears. Just a little bit of that colour off there. Add a bit more here to give some shading. Oh, she's been out and had a little bit of winter sun, this one. She's got a little bit of a tan. So she's not all work and no play. And in my little watercolour palette here, I've got a little bit of Pygmalion. So I'm going to pop a bit of that in there. When you have two subjects, you've immediately got a story. Why isn't she looking at her? What, you know, why? Is there something over here that's of great interest? you know? Or is there something to be said about why she's looking off over there? These are the things that reveal themselves over time. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of, I think this is centre of the earth, and mix in a little bit of, I might pop a little bit of this guy in there. So we just get a little bit of a darker skin tone. And that is watercolour there, so I just need to be careful of the lips, because that will bleed if that, like it just did, because I wasn't careful enough. And just watch. I can lift off some colour here for the highlighted areas, like the bridge of the nose, over the middle of the eye. So I've just got some natural shading starting to happen, and just a little bit of depth here. And let's get a little bit of colour in the cheeks. She's got a bit of troll doll hair going on here, so I think we need a bit more extra hair. You know how troll dolls have the hair that just pops out from above the ears? So, and our hair grows back lower on the, you know, like right at the back of your neck. And this we can turn into something. Oh, could put poinciana. Bit of Christmas. That's what we have in a, well, that's what's flowering at the moment. A bit of the poinciana tree, and they've got big red and green leaves, very beautiful. So that's what she's got happening there. Just make it a bit redder. And let's get a bit of definition happening. I think we've run out of LTQ pens, but I know an awful lot of you have them, so that's what I'm using now. And where are all my Dr. Ink pens? I think they're at home. How am I going to live? I'll have to make up some more. Did I make up one the other day? No. Oh, there you go. No, I need to make up a few little more. Yes, because I've moved all my studio around and it's not all quite back to normal yet. Oh, and if you look in on my website on the Giving Thanks sale, there's still lots of items there. We've sold out of quite a few things, but there's things there, and I've put all of the white paint pens. Have all got a bit of a fancy on them, because you have to have them. And I'm giving thanks to everyone for just being awesome. And yes, so I've got specials on there on the website for things that you really must have, you know, essentials. And any of my white paint pens are an essential. And if you add a white paint pen set over the weekend, I'll give you one of these. One of the white swan pens. So whether you've already got one or you need another little one, they're so good. Just for a little, it's more subtle, tiny little highlights. Is this dry enough to add a little bit of a highlight on the lip? Now this poor little girl, her face is quite skewy. I'm going to have to go in there and sort this out. So I'm going to use this. This is the Pinpoint paint pen. I'm going to use it as a eraser basically. So this has got that hard white nib, and that you can get very fine opaque white lines. Depending on what you need, I used to say that was the best white paint pen, but now we've got it in 3 sizes as well. This ink is the most white opaque ink that we have. It's also in the brush tip musical marker, same ink. This is part of the Unicorn paint pen set. And the other formula is the non-shake formula, which is the brush pens, the Brush with Fames, that little collection, and some of the Unicorns, the Tippy Toes, Tralala. If it sounds like I'm speaking some sort of weird foreign language, it's just Janelish, that's all. It's not that hard to pick up. It's all about art supplies, and that just makes it fun. So I'm using my little pixel pen here. And over that Black Friday time and things, you might have seen different specials that we had on the website. We did have one on these, we don't anymore. Just things coming on and off. Just because sometimes I don't have a lot of things, you know. And we're doing the little specials more as a thank you, and if you need a little top up or need to spread the art supply joy. So I do need to add a little bit of definition here. So I'm using this brown in the pixel pen for my little tooties. Even the shape of a nostril makes a little difference. Like, she's cute. But I went a bit ham here, so I'll just add a bit of water on that, a bit of that watercolour again, and that will just settle that back down, because this is a water-soluble ink that's in these pens. Oh, Karina says they're so beautiful. Thank you. I'm so sorry about the top of my head. It's the camera's up there. What can I do? Hopefully I haven't got dandruff or nits or ticks or something sitting in there. Or any Christmas lights, you know, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Now, so the pixel pens, if you don't know what I'm talking about, are these little ones. They're just a very, very fine tip marker, and they've got a very hard nib with very useful colours, as well as bright, beautiful colours. They're just useful. This is the cute little thing, but they're great for adding details into watercolour and into your other things, because it's for the tininess of the nib. They're remarkably strong. This is why I love them. Now, they're not Wonder Woman, all right? So, you know, you can't expect to put the Eiffel Tower on it and for them to, you know, balance that on the tip, you know. You're not, they can't defy space and time, but they can do a whole lot. Okay, I'm going to build her little nose bridge in a little bit. I might use watercolour actually, so it's a bit softer. I'm going to mix a little bit of centre of the earth. So I've added those in from the paint tubes. I'm going to come across in between the eyes. That's a bit high. Yeah, just so if you want to learn more of this, have a look at the new the new Stamp to Story online workshop. It's really interesting. It's a really good one. It's cheaper than my other ones because it's a bit shorter, so that you can. I know it's a weird time of year to be doing a workshop, but you know, like all my workshops, you just have them forever, so you can do it when you want to. It's just more that this is when I've created it. Now let's get their little tops. So I was thinking they'd be white, but they don't have to be Arctic white. They could be cream. So I might get. I've got a cream in here. This is Countenance. We've sold out of so many of the colour wheels. I will be doing more. And let's give her a little cream blouse. But Countenance, Santa Baby, we still have a few in stock. The pink, the gold. I always make sure I've got the gold and the pink forevermore. Now golf pants and this one, we always try and make sure we have this in stock. But the others might be limited edition. I don't know if I'll repeat them because I'll do something else. So like all my things, just treat everything like it's limited edition, because it's just me marching to the beat of my own drum. Who knows what I'll be doing next, or in what order, because I'm a creature of whimsy. So this is her little, we've got the cream blouse, pixie blouse, and and you know what, I think she's got really high pants on because she is a pixie, she's not a fashionista. And she probably has pom-poms too. I mean, I think they've got a little bit of that circus harlequin Pierrot thing, and I think she's got suspenders on too. Actually, I think she's got like a little lederhosen thing. Yeah, I think that's what she's wearing. Where do lederhosens come up to? Here? Yeah, she's got one of those lederhosen things, and then pants. Or maybe a skirt, I don't know. Culottes. So this might be a little bit of a tartan. Should we try? This could be disastrous. Really? We're going to have tartan with this? I can always put gesso over the top. And so what's this one wearing? This is like a little, because they're pixies, right? They're little magical creatures. So this one might be wearing a little belt, Santa style. Might have a few pom-poms down the front too. Oh, we've got to have a gold belt buckle. Where's, what did I just do with it? Oh, it's right in front of me. It would have bitten me. This is gold star. Then I can bring a bit of that gold down here. Oh, that's good. Big gold belt buckle. So she needs a bit of silver up here. So I'm just going to add a bit of silver in her little... She's really going for best elf of the year. Because she's really got her little headdress going. And then what colour pants have we got here? Oh, there's Jess. I think she heard me say Jess. I don't know if she came up here to say hello. Red pants. Now, if I want to tone that down a little bit, because it might be a bit much, just pop a bit of that green on my brush and then just bring that over. And it'll still have that red tone, but it'll just be not quite as like pow. And we can solidify things as we go. Green buttons or red? We're going full Christmas or semi-Christmas, I'm not sure yet. And just to give a little edge to everything, rather than add in a full colour behind everywhere, because I do need a little bit of definition. So I could go around with pixel pen, but I could also go around with a little bit of colour. So I think I'll go in with, this is Urban Jungle, and the colour I'm going to use is Concrete. And I'm just going to see this, because this is watercolour and watercolour paper. I can just add a bit of water to that there. It's just sort of to give them a little, so it's not just things cut out on a white background, they're existing in space somewhere. This is just a nice way of doing that, but giving them just sort of the illusion of some depth, I don't know, to somewhere. We don't know where. And if the colours of their outfits blend in there a bit too, that's okay. And then on the outer edge, just add more water just to soften the grey off. bring that to the edge a bit more. Just gives a little bit of position in time and space. Helps these very light colours stand out too. Oh gosh. Just that shine. You have to wait for the water to dry for that to be fully apparent. And oh no, let's go in with dark. What about dark green? Would that look as a little defining note? Yes, the workshop is live. So not all of the lessons, because people are waiting for their inks to arrive, because it is, you don't have to use INKvincible ink, but that's going to be, of course, the best ink to do all the things with. So there's more there than you can get all done at the moment. The lessons are quite juicy, and that's all starting to happen. We've got the Facebook group there too, and people are sharing their stamp collections. I've asked everyone to get all their stamps out. You can do a little bit of a stock take, an assessment of what you've got, so that you can get to using it. Stamps are quite useful, as we've seen today. Oh, I'm loving that part there. I need to let her dry, and I've got a bit of work to do on this little Santa baby here. Yeah, so check out the workshop. You can check out the specials in the Give Thanks section of my website as well. I haven't got I've got some clearancey type of things, you know, but I've also got specials on essentials, things that I never have specials on them because I don't need them. So it's more as a well, you should have those things. So I'm just giving you a little opportunity, if you want to jump on it, grab them while you can. What else can I tell you? Yes, you can join that workshop, and we'll do another little Artvent. Oh, I love this. I love having things that are waterproof, but equally things that can be dissolved as well are just handy. So I've got I can just add this little bit of definition over the green. I could actually swap down to a slightly lighter colour if I wanted to. I should define the hands a bit, I guess, but she'll just have imaginary, you fill in the blank hands for the time being. Bit of grey under the eyelids. And when I'm teaching you, of course, I'm going through more of the details of why I'm doing certain things, and it's an actual, lesson. Whereas what I'm showing you here, these are not lessons. I'm just doing art with you. It's a bit of a different thing. Oh, look how cute she is. I find that quite fascinating that this is where we've ended up, when really we just started off with a pair of eyes, and here we are. 2 elves on a shelf later. grey is the wrong grey. It's too blue. I need more of a neutral grey, this one. Yeah. And now that that lay cake, that silver lay cake is dry, I can come in, but that grey that was a bit too blue, I'll just add a little bit of water to it and soften it off, and all will be well. Sorry, I'm concentrating and I'm just enjoying myself very much. Oh, cute little things. Okay. So we started off with this and we just kept going. Other little favourite things were the colour wheels, Santa Baby, Countenance and Urban Jungle. And I used different brushes, but that was one of them. I've got that there, and the pixel pens. Oh, and of course the white paint pens. Don't forget to check out the little specials, and over the weekend we will send you as a little gifty the White Swan pen as a little extra thing. Oh, I should do a newsletter and have like a white Christmas, and it's white pens, white paint pens. That would be quite cute. Anyway, you heard it here first. So I'll let, maybe it'll go for a bit longer than the weekend. We'll just see how quickly I can get to do a newsletter. But that would be a cute little thing. Like, I love doing giveaways, so that would be a very cute little thing for us to do. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to have a little look at Penny says, do you ever get to a point where you don't want to wreck it, but you need something more? Oh, all the time. That's permanent. That's a constant. Always not wanting to wreck it. How cute's my little rainbow light? But if you do wreck it, so what? So what? You just fix it. Or you turn the page and you come back and you realise you haven't really wrecked anything at all. You've just given yourself a little bit more of an opportunity to go deeper into everything. This is how, I know from experience, it's just very hard to wreck something. It's the joy, destroy principle. And if you just trust and know in yourself that you can return whatever it was to joy again, just lean into it. In fact, sometimes it's better if you don't like something and you do wreck it, because then you just keep going and eventually you really do love what it is that you're creating. So that can be of a great benefit, actually. So yeah, don't worry about that, Penny. Just destroy. Have fun destroying things this Christmas. Art-wise. Don't destroy everything else. Don't go crazy. Oh, and yes, I also showed you that on the INKvincible inks, of course. And these guys. Essential. Whether you have the clean case and the stamp spritz, or you just use some other method of keeping your stamps in a serviceable condition, this fine, as long as you're doing it. You can do whatever you like. This just makes it very easy because it opens like a little book, you see. And of course there is a bundle with all of the inks, the stamp spritz, the clean case, the Art Warrior stamps, wherever they are on my desk. They're scooting around here somewhere. And what else is in there? Oh, the washi tapes. So the washi tapes, and then there's a big discount on it, and you've got the stamps in there as a gift. So you've kind of got all of the new things, but the main part is the inks, of course. And then if you don't have a good set of acrylic stamp blocks, I'm just going to do a pluggerino for my set. I love them. And the other really good one is, this is the symmetry board, which you can use as a giant stamp block. Some of my really big stamps, you need a big stamp block, that's this one. And you can also use this to get the symmetry right on a face. So if I just pop that back over here, you can use this to help line things up, to see what's not lining up properly, and that will really help you, because sometimes it's not what you think. It's the ears or the jawline. They're the things that usually trick people. If they're out of kilter, it can make the face look out of kilter, and then you think it's the eyes, so you go through all this trouble of trying to move eyes around, and really it's not the eyes, it's other things. And that symmetry board, or any of the stamp blocks, because they've got that little grid, will help you with that. Sarah says, will we be doing an ink refill bottle for the ink pads? Most likely, and hopefully more colours, but always with things, you know, you just have to wait and see how well received they are. But that is looking like that will be the case, because they're very popular and very gorgeous. And for those of you that have received them and have started using them, yeah, you already know the quality of them. Just keep your stamps clean. This is all I've learnt, especially with those lighter stamp pads. If you put something you've been stamping on with dark ink, and then you go to put the nice light ink, you'll contaminate your stamp pad a little bit. So just keep your stamps clean, and you don't have to worry about that. Just get into that habit. That's why I asked Angus to bring up the clean case and the stamp spritz, because I've gotten into that habit, and it just felt very unnatural not to be cleaning them off, because I like to keep the ink pads the colour that they're meant to be, because they're very nice. And yes, end of story, end of sentence. So thank you for joining me, and yes, I'm just going back a little bit just to see if there were any other questions there that I could answer. I think I've answered most of them. Otherwise, keep your question there. Don't forget, you can always join the Mixed Media group on Facebook if you want to share the artwork or anything that's been inspired by today, or if you've got questions, or you just want to share your haul, whatever you want to do. That's kind and nice, of course, you know. And I will see you for another Artvent. I'm not too sure, but sometime soon. We'll just see. I'm giving myself a little bit of grace this Christmas. I'm rolling into Christmas. I'm tired. It's been such a full-on year. I'm not tired all the time. I don't want to be frazzled by the time I get into Christmas. I'm starting to feel a bit frazzled. But I had a slower day yesterday, and when I woke up this morning, everything was so beautiful. And I like waking up feeling that way. So that's why I'm not committing to Artvent every day like I have. But I might do that. You don't know with me. I'm whimsical, like I said. Yes, we don't want stress. That's right. But thank you so much. And yes, if you want to do more of the stamping and building your own things, check out that online workshop. And otherwise, just have a wonderful time. Do whatever art, use whatever art supplies you have, and enjoy them because they love to be used. Art supplies love to be used. Don't save them for a special day. Use them up. Make them messy. Get your hands dirty. Joy, joy, destroy. Bye!